So we are going to bring on our final guest, and it's Fann. That's what she goes by, or her author name, her pen name. And she is the author of a book called Her Shoes. And she has stilettos on the front of the book.
Come on,
And
stiletto.
if she has a copy of it, she can show you the cover of her book. So, CC, welcome to Black Authors Matter TV.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well,
This
has been a journey. I'm sorry, what did she say?
I said, thank you for being here.
Oh, yes. Look, I was trying to come in early, right?
She was. I had to tell her that she was on 2 hours early, and but that happens
2 hours
because
early.
the time zone difference. And then she was on early, even earlier. So you were on before the show came on, I think.
I was, and it's crazy. And I'm gonna make it short. Here I was. I teach all day, and then they asked me to work a football game. So I looked at your email at the game, and it says Central Time. I said, "What is that?" Like, because I hadn't been out in the Midwest in years. So I was like, "Oh my God!" And I told my AD, "I gotta go home. Something's not right with this time." Like, and then I'm in my master's program. It starts at 7:32. So that was just like between the time you had for me and then that class, it was just threw me all the way out. So I apologize. I really do.
Oh no, it's
You're
not a
here
problem.
now, though.
No, it's no problem for you to log on early. I just normally when people log on an hour early, or more, that means they have the time on. They have the time zone.
It was
on.
up. It was up.
So I try to reach out to them so they won't think, well, they didn't bring me on. I was there, but nobody brought me on. That's because you were not on at the right time.
I knew when I tried it and you didn't connect me, I said, I'm not doing it right. I knew that. And I guess that comes from, honestly, because I guess that comes from the educator part for me. And we often have meetings or what have you. I said, something I'm not doing right. I said, either she's going to email me or call me. So I went with that.
Okay. And that worked. That worked.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
You're a teacher and you're starting your master's program.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
You're also a writer. And your book, Her Shoes. Do you have a copy of your book?
Yes, I do. I do.
Because we had it posted on our Facebook page, and people commented about the cover, they like the cover with the shoes on it.
Really, I love the red bottom shoes. And when I decided to do this book, and because it actually, like I said, it was a journey and a walk for me. It was a time where I needed to do self-reflection on me and the things I'm doing. I allow these people that could be in my circle that watch my movie, and I need to get them out the theater or express myself of some of the things that I allow happen, but it's my fault. And so when I started looking at the cover and coming up with the title, and lo and behold, I seen those Louis Vuitton red bottom shoes, and and I said, no, that's perfect. I would love that because the red, as we people say, I think that's Cardi B says, the blood red shoes, the
bloody shoes.
Yeah. And so, and our walk as females and women today, and as men, it's a rough walk. Sometimes we may not show we bleeding, but we are bleeding, And so that's what the red signified for me when I did that cover. It was like, yeah, everybody thought I was like, I had it going on. I'm good. Like I'm the fixer in the family. I'm always helping people. Because I'm a teacher and a coach. I'm always about the kids and my own kids. But I had personal things that I wanted to become and do, but I didn't want to feel like, oh, I'm trying to be better or bigger than somebody else,
Right.
I just want I've been writing or in the book world for almost 15 years, but I haven't really dedicated time. Only time I dedicate time is when I'm in between something, when I start working on writing. So after this year they said, okay, you're not coaching this year, and I took the time off for the summer. I said, you know what, let me invest back into my business, because I'm a self-published, and take care of the things I need to do for my books. so I can get that done. So taking a break from coaching this year, but I'm still teaching and get my master's. I'm a SPED teacher with a teacher certification here in Georgia, but I got my high school to teach high school social studies. I love history. So, and I'm 57. So I just wanted to like do things like for me, like, yes, put me first and everybody else, what you second. I see my little, I see my volleyball teams and my basketball team, and I see you're gonna be all right. God got you. I'm praying, support you. But I do know that is working for the school system is a great job, but that's man job, And
You
I
said
do
it's a what job?
working for the school system, but it's a man supervises you.
Oh, I said, yeah.
You got a superintendent, you got a social, you got a principal. So at any time, they can move you, demote you, or what have you. But when you own your own gift or your business, and I believe in the Bible, if you don't use it, he moves it somewhere else. So yeah. So I told Jesus, he told me this summer, okay, now this your last shot. So here we are. Here we are.
Yeah, well, there are some stages that we all go through, and being a mother and wife, it can be very demanding, let alone whatever career you have or business. And a lot of times, I know with family, I'll say this, they really appreciate you when you're not there. Like when you go out of town, it's like, whoa, wow, when is she coming back? And my thing is, y'all be fine or not, whatever. But I have to take, a break for myself so I can recharge. So I can be here for you all,
That's right. Well, I'm blessed. I'm the oldest, my mother's oldest child. My grandmother raised me. She's deceased, but I have two younger sisters under me, three siblings under me. And I took care of my grandmother for her last 8 years of her life, basically. And so with that said, I told my younger sister, I said, okay, she's gonna have to be on y'all this time, because taking care of someone when they're sick, it weighs on you,
Yes.
And I know that my mom, because I moved away 4 years ago during COVID to be near my grandkids who come back from Texas. And I know my grandbabies need me, just like my grandmother, I needed my grandmother, they needed me. So I put my grandkids first now. And my sisters, I told them, y'all need me. I'll drive that 2 hours and a half and come there and see and do what we got to do, take care of my mom. But I just to enjoy my grandkids who've been in Texas for 8 years. One's 16, one is 10, and one is 6. They go to their games and run the floor with them, play dollhouse. It just means everything in the world for me because they've been gone so long. So to be near them, that just does a lot for me. It motivates me and pushes me because when they Google my name, they're like, Mama Trina, that's you? I said, yeah, that's me.
That's so sweet.
Yes. And they know they want to teach school. I have my grandson, he talked about teaching. So with that, and to see when I started writing years ago, it was to let my children know whatever you want to do, because I'm from Wrightsville, 3 red lights, okay? And I lived there all my life. And to know that Wrightsville is more than what's happening in Wrightsville. There's a lot out in the world to go out and be and do.
Yeah. And have you traveled internationally yet?
No, I have not. That's on my bucket list.
Okay.
It is. I have not. I've been to the Mexico border, but I have not. I've been to pretty much all the states because I love history. And because when my prison book that I did in 2007, I had a chance to travel and do a lot of correctional conference and speak about personal dealing with inmates. So I got a chance to travel to different states. They was really nice. They took care of girl, I tell you. And to teach the workshop of not having sex with inmates, as an officer. So I had a chance to see that, but I have not been able to go out the country. I don't even have a passport yet. So trust me, it is on the bucket list to do. My school is going to England next summer. So
Oh,
they
you better
told me,
get on it then, because those passports are taking a long time
They
to
are taking a long
get
time.
approved.
I need
really?
to get mine expired, so I
Yeah,
need to get another
it's
one
taken
before
over
I go on
13
another
weeks
trip.
now.
Well, it's next summer, so I will start then. I'll go ahead
Yeah,
and
Go
start
ahead and get it
now.
started.
Start now, so you can do
yes.
that. Make
Yeah,
sure
because
you
I
have
love
it.
England. I love reading about it. And I watched Princess Diana when she got married.
Mhm.
Hurt my heart.
Have you watched The Crown?
I have not, but one of
The
my social studies
series.
teachers told me, said I need to see it.
You need to watch The Crown. It's excellent. If you really
Yeah.
want to know like the history of Queen Elizabeth, how she came to the throne and just her tenure. And it is a dramatic production, but it's very accurate in terms of the facts and the time, the things that the pivotal points and things that happen. And it was just very, very well done and well casted too. Because
They
they
Really?
look
had
just like them.
yeah, they had to change the casting, because it starts when she's in her 20s, when she ascends to the throne. Well, actually before that, because her father was the king. And then he died, he got sick, and his brother abdicated the crown because
I
he
remember
was
that in
in
history.
love
Yeah.
with a divorced woman, and that was considered to be taboo,
Right.
unacceptable. So
Yeah.
that's how she became the queen at 24, 25. She was very young and served for 70 something years.
Yeah.
So
I love it. I can't wait to see it.
it's on Netflix.
You'll enjoy it. I watched the entire series. I'd be sitting here at work all day because I work from home, and I'm just watching The Crown while I'm working.
Yeah,
So-
I've seen it twice, only because when the last season came out, it's so much of a gap between the seasons that in order to kind of refresh myself on where
that's true.
things ended,
You
I
gotta go
ended
back.
up watching it a second time. And the last season is coming out soon,
Okay.
like in another 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay, I didn't realize it was coming up that soon. Okay.
It's
So
coming
we're out of
soon.
school. That's why I say I love being a teacher, because we are out so much with the holidays and what have you. I don't understand why people complain about being a teacher. Let me say that, okay? Because we do have like 190 days that we are in school, but you think about it, 365 days in a year, right? So, and I'm like, you got time to reset. You got time, so we got that week of Thanksgiving off because I'm not coaching basketball this year. I'll be binge watching, eat some Hershey
Okay,
Kisses.
yeah, that would be perfect.
Eating Hershey Kisses and
yeah, it's really good. Tell us about your book, Her Shoes.
Her Shoes, the collections of poems and poetry, short stories. During the phase, I was in transition. I don't know if you know much how we, and towards being a teacher, if you didn't go to school to be a teacher in college, I have a criminal justice degree. I worked 17 years for the prison. Okay. And so someone said, you know what, an easy way so you can put money in your business is become a school teacher. So I went through the TAP program. So for 4 years, I was like teaching school under this provisional certificate, but I was coaching all year long. And I didn't have time to take care of the paperwork I needed for the TAP program, which the time ran out. So I had to pass this EdTPA, missed it by a point. So at that point, that's when I realized I invested so much into kids and to the school that I was at that I did not take out time to take care of the paperwork I needed to do to keep for the certificate. So while I was home for that year, and they was trying to figure out ways to keep me, let me say that now, and so I can stay there with my teams. Yes, the superintendent daughter and I, we became best friends. They were like, did you send it in yet? But then COVID happened too. So between that, so I had time to just sit there and just write poems and reflect on my life. One of the things I talked about, my grandmother raised me, is I talked about my relationship with my father and how everything that I've been through, it didn't break me. And I think that's the part that some people want to see you broken, but you don't know how. Some people don't know how to be broken because they know how to bounce back and keep it moving. and I was a single mom. So I sat there and I just started writing poems. It was like, I love shooting. I used to do firearm training for the prison. So I love shooting. So to me, it was like every poem was like taking a shot. Like, let me get it out.
Well, Rhonda's a soldier, well, retired, so to
Yeah,
speak.
retired soldier. But yeah, I used to shoot
she
too.
can probably shoot too. I've never shot.
I know you do. Isn't it sort of therapy though, for real?
It is.
Yes, it's like I don't know. And I'm a tomboy at heart, so I love basketball and I love playing and stuff, shooting. So I would go to the gym, just shoot around and stuff. And the kid be like, "What you doing, Coach Fann?" And I'm like, "I gotta have some therapy right now." So this book was just a collection of going back through my childhood and being an adult, raising my kids, sending them all to college, and just talk about those things, how I really felt. But I went ahead on and went through the, how we say, function of doing things, fixing it. I'm a known fixer. It's like one of my coworkers we was talking about something, and I said, "Okay, what we got to do? What we got to do? Take care of what we don't." Because I'm bad at relationships, for it's like having to keep revisiting something over and over. So I just want to let's come up with a plan, a strategy, so we can take care of it and keep it moving. So, and that's where
that's I like. I'm a solution oriented person too.
And that's
when somebody comes with a problem, I say, okay, how do we solve it? What's the solution? Yeah. And rather than keep it coming back again and again, like you said, keep revisiting the problem. Let's solve it.
Yes. And
but sometimes people like to vent too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then people, I feel like, want to keep you revisiting that same problem to hold you hostage to it, to me. If that makes
can
sense.
Be true too sometimes.
And you just want to it's like a relationship. It's like, why are we still talking about this? This happened. So for me, when I did this book, I put it all out there in this book, so I don't have to revisit it again. If you bring it up, there's no need for us to go back 5, 6, 7, 8 years. I've said it, we done with it. Okay, let me go to the next book now. Yes, and that's where the next book is her mirror, herself, her dress, and her handkerchief. And that'll be out.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll be out next summer. So it started out with her shoes. I'm owning up to all the foolishness. I was just as guilty as a lot of the counterparts that was included in this. So with that said, let me go ahead on now when I talk about herself and her mirror. Okay, this is how CC is going to fix her life and keep it moving. This part of like promoting the book, promoting the company, coming on your show, with opportunity to be up here. And as you know, I don't know if you saw it, but you probably got a whole lot of emails, girls, because they would come in I promoted a Facebook ad. And look, they would say, "How did you get on this?" And I said, "This is Gwen Richardson 123@gmail."
Okay, that's where it came from. Okay.
I was giving out your email like it was Christmas. I did. And so, because I put the whole, I believe in blessing people, you know what I'm saying? So like, if people good to me, I just feel like the more you bless people, God bless you.
Amen.
And I just feel like that's just where my faith is. And so when you sent me the flyer, I said, you know what? I'm not going to create no different flyer over here that ain't nobody gonna have money for that. I'm gonna use this flyer, what you sent me, and just promote the ad on Facebook. And so I did it for the last.
That's why we send it to.
Yes,
the people that are gonna be on, so they can promote their appearance on the show. So and then it shows the array of the different people that you're with on that night. Like tonight we had our lineup is always great. I always say that, and I've been saying that from day one. But it's because every single person who's written a book, they have their own individual journey and story, and there are no two ones that are alike. I mean, really, there aren't even two that are that similar. People really have different experiences, and there might be one or two things that maybe overlap, but people, to get people where they are today, they had to go through some things to get there. And if they then wrote a book or wrote books along the way, then they've been through some other things. Because book writing is a whole nother part of developing that's different from anything else. You know, because writing a book is very intentional. And it's a solitary process. It's not something you can do with other people. And you have to do it when it's quiet and when you're by yourself with your thoughts or whatever. So
thank you.
Congratulations on your book coming out. Now, when I saw the cover, and you know, this might show my disinterest in some things. But I didn't recognize the red bottoms. I've seen them. I don't own a pair. I would never pay that for shoes. But they would have to be on a deep discount for me to buy like 90% off. But they look good. I see people with them on. They look like they fit like a glove. But I didn't recognize the red
I have
bottom.
a pair and they hurt.
They
But the service in a Louboutin store is top tier.
Okay.
You know, they actually put the shoe on. You know how they used to do when they
used to. Now you're on your own now.
Yeah, exactly. They actually will put the shoe on your foot. They have to walk around to make sure that the shoe fits your foot right. I enjoyed the service more than I love the shoe. But
well, you know, a lot of times shoes, I don't think men can understand this, but a lot of times the shoes feel okay when you're in the store. You know, you walk around, okay, these will work, and then you get out somewhere where you got to walk across concrete in the parking lot. You got to go upstairs.
You got to strut, girl. You got to strut. You got to own the shoe.
I'm not. Don't get me wrong. The Louboutins I have, I will rock them. They are.
Yeah, you go.
They're beautiful shoes. I'm just saying they're not the shoes for you to go take long walks in. That's all.
No. Okay. Well, I don't like to say never, but I think I can unequivocally say you will never see me in a pair of them unless it was a deep discount, like 90%.
I'm going to send Gwen. I'm going to send you a website where you can get some discount Louboutin shoes.
See, this is the thing. This is the thing, Miss Gwen, is that it's like I'm very cheap and frugal. Let me say that, but I would like to have one pair, and that's it.
Okay.
It's like I like Taser. I just want what I want without certain brands. I was raised that way. My grandmother was a brand person, but once I get that, I don't want nothing else. I'm good. Like, so it's not like
it's an individual thing. I don't like people who love them. I think they look gorgeous on people. I just would not spend that on. But I don't like anybody that does, because it's stuff that I spend money on that somebody else will say, what? You're nuts for doing that. So, you know, it's about, and at a certain point, it's what you want. That's, you know.
And they can say you just don't, what they say, indulge in it so much, especially when they put your life. One of the things is don't put your livelihood in jeopardy.
Don't spend your rent money on it.
Let's put that out.
Or your mortgage money.
Yes. No,
because that could be the case with the Louboutins.
It depends on the shoe. I mean, my shoe is a little expensive, but I paid my rent that month.
Okay, well,
and it's Christian Louboutin.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Yes,
I used to think it was Louboutin, but it's Louboutin.
I knew it was Louboutin, but I don't know if I knew about the Christian part.
Dr. Lawson, what's going to happen is she's going to get this big fluctuation of money coming in. And she's gonna go by. You know what? I might want to just go by Louis Vuitton store just to see. I'm not gonna
maybe or Rhonda, not me, because I can think of a whole bunch of things I would do before I would do that.
Good, but you know what? You know that temptation is real. The flesh is weak. Look at
my flesh isn't weak
You're
on
gonna
that.
go,
I'm
look.
not saying my flesh isn't weak. I'm saying it's not weak on that.
You're gonna go in. No, you're gonna go
I would
in.
rather take a trip. See, I would rather take a trip because I would rather go and travel.
Ladies and gentlemen, this interview has gone downhill.
No, we acting like we've been knowing each other for 100 years now.
Yeah, but it's about your book cover and the shoes. That's why and until you said they were red bottom shoes, it didn't hit me. It didn't the cover. I just saw the shoes, the stilettos. Yeah. But the fact that they were,
and I said, you know what, they read a couple poems, but most of the times when I'm doing a book signing or been on a book signing, they gravitate to the shoes, the book, because of the shoes.
If it draws them in, that's good.
Yeah, and then we have T-shirts made with the cover, and people buy the T-shirts. They were like, "Those shoes, their shoes are just, you know." So
everything.
It was everything. Yeah.
Okay.
So we can often be wishful thinking. Let's put that out there. You know?
Well, you know, I hope anyone under the sound of my voice that really wants some, I hope you get them. Or if you don't already have them, I hope they're in your future because I know how that is.
And if you know what, and if you do get them, don't do those obvious poses where it looks really obvious that you're trying to show everybody that you wear.
I've seen that too. I've seen that. You know, I've heard about people painting their shoe bottoms red to pretend like they have Louboutins.
I've seen that.
I think
I've seen it. I actually seen it. I went to a concert at Essence Festival, and this girl walking, and then she did something, and you could see like you could see the black, like it was flaking off. And I said, I just like, okay, you tried it. I understand. I feel your pain. You know, you didn't want to pay that $1,000. So you put that.
I respect her for wearing Louboutins or any type of heels to the Essence Festival. She can. I did that one time and said never again.
Okay.
Well, we are at the end of the show, actually. So show your book cover one more time very quickly with the Louboutin shoes. And it's called Her Shoes by CC Fann. And it's available on Amazon and wherever books are sold.
Thank you all for having me. I appreciate it.
We appreciate you coming on the show. Thank you. And this is a great way to end the show.
It really is.